Rappers and producers, please stop making a habit of asking for feedback all the time about your music. Let's talk about it. Rappers and producers, look, there is nothing wrong with asking someone for feedback, especially when you first start. I mean, it's a natural process. We're creatives. We love to hear what people think about the music we're doing because after all, it's not just for us, right? It's for people that are on the outside, other people with another set of ears. The whole idea is to get feedback so we get an idea of how people are going to react to it. However, I think that there exist out here so many rappers and producers who use this opportunity that they have on social media to look for feedback from places, and they don't have a specific goal for why they want that feedback. And sometimes that feedback can actually be a bit poisonous to your growth. Now, in the very beginning, I remember asking probably 3 or 4 people for feedback about my music. And I remember I got tired of rejection. Nobody wanted to give me feedback. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just focus on trying to grow at the best pace that I know. And maybe I should continue to use my own barometer to basically measure, the growth that I see within myself compared to those that I look up to. So I would use that as my measurement on a regular basis. And obviously, the more that I grew, the more that I got around people who were more skilled than me. And when I got in studio sessions, I either learned through watching them work or they just basically gave me feedback because they wanted to see me do well. Now, I know that everybody doesn't have the opportunity to be in studios with people who are super talented or even 10 times more talented than you. But I got to tell you, going out into the internet, searching for answers to a question that only you can answer is the wrong way to go about it. I think that, I've talked about this years ago in one of my videos where I said analysis paralysis. Do you know what analysis paralysis is? It's basically where you have so much analysis, so much information about your music and what you should and shouldn't do that you end up doing not a damn thing at all. So I have to suggest to you, before you get to that point of analysis paralysis, you're asking other producers, hey, what do you think about these kicks and drums? And you're like, I don't know, like they're tight, like mix the 808 a little bit better and yeah, that should be tight. And then you go to somebody else who says, nah, man, you shouldn't mix the 808s like that, man. Mix them in mono, bro. That sounds goofy. And then you sit here and you're stuck because you're like, this person makes a good point. This person makes a good point. What do I do next? Well, what do you want to do? What is the communication you want to give to a listener? What is it that you're hoping to convey through the message? Same thing for rappers. Rappers go to other rappers and they say, hey, listen to my song. Listen to my song. Hey, check my song out. Matter of fact, there's a lot of folks that jump on my channel and you leave comments and you see they don't last long on my channel not because I don't care about your career, not because I don't care about your music, but because I feel like you're putting yourself in a situation where you will not grow. And I feel like if I'm contributing to you not growing, I'm part of the problem to begin with. So I delete it. I don't want to see it here because if anything, if you want to get real feedback, stop throwing it to everybody to be, giving everybody an opportunity to have an opinion about your music. It's almost like going into a gym and allowing anybody in there to tell you how to make a great jump shot. You might have somebody in there that's the janitor, some guy that works the scoreboard, some guy that never picked up a basketball in his life, or you might have somebody in there that has a sweet jumper, but you're asking for all these different pieces of advice from people that don't know what the hell they're doing. And, I know a lot of you ask me for advice and you're thinking that, oh, well, Curtis, you've done things and you work with people and maybe you can give me some tidbits. Yeah, I can give you some tidbits, but they're only my tidbits. What you got to understand is that I am limited by my own opinion. I only have, these ears only have my own opinion. And when I give you that opinion, it's just the way that music makes me feel. And the way music makes me feel compared to the next person is 2 different things. Same thing with you, the way music makes you feel. Like I look at art, I look at this creativity that we do, these beats and these songs we make. These are literally like our child. These are like our children, and shout out to your boy Curtis. And you can see the ultrasound back there. Your boy's getting ready to be a daddy. Papa Curtis, getting ready to come out of here in this world. I say this to you to make you understand, if this is your baby, can't nobody tell me what my baby should wear. Can't nobody tell me what my baby should sound like. That's my baby. So the same thing with your music. This is your baby. You created that in your studio. You the one made a decision and say, you know what? I think I want to have this stumpier kick rather than this large sounding kick with reverb on it, because I think it gives the right vibes out that I want to give to my particular listener. I picked this snare because it had more of a snappy snare. I'm not really into the trap snares, so I chose this particular snare because I really felt like it gave a certain characteristic in the beat that I needed to give. Those decisions are your sound. You relinquishing that power to somebody else who has their own sort of things that they're sensitive to and their own sort of, characteristics that they hear when they hear music. You're relinquishing your power. You're relinquishing your creativity. Like, I'm not saying there's not somebody out there that can help you grow, because Lord knows there have been people that have helped me grow throughout the years. But if I sat there waiting for people around me to dictate when I can grow or when and where I should grow, I would have never grown to begin with. At some point in time, it's going to be you, a nightlight, or you and your laptop, you in FL Studio, you and your notepad, you and your phone. It's only going to be you in that situation, and you're going to have to make the decision. Because guess what? When you get on that stage, it's only going to be one person getting ready to record it. Well, unless you have a hype man, or getting ready to perform it, I should say. It's only you. So if that's the case and it's only you, start making decisions for yourself. And as you grow, do some research. See what the research does. Actually see the evidence of the research. Stop looking at somebody else's evidence. You imagine if we only trust one scientist for all the studies of the world. How crazy would that be? We have to ask multiple scientists who do multiple studies and multiple types of research to figure the situation out. So it's the same thing with your music. Listen to some of the opinions of others. Yeah, that's fine. But don't go out here searching for somebody to find your growth. Only you can find your growth, my friend. Once again, that's another Curtspiration doodle. If you need some more of this juice, please subscribe to the channel below. Be a part of the notification gang. Hey, shout out to all my Patreon supporters. Patreon.com/CurtisKing. I want to say thank you to everybody that's continuing to contribute. I don't even know how I was going to say the word. But you guys tell me, why is it that you think that you need feedback? Why do you think that it is imperative that a complete stranger give you feedback on your music? I'm not talking about people who are potential fans. I'm talking about other creatives who have their own babies that they're trying to grow and nurture. Why do you feel like it's so important? Maybe there's something that I'm missing. I would love to read something that kind of completely contradicts what I'm saying. But what I've learned from my own experience is that it's going to come back down to the one person that put this thing into motion, and that is you. In this life, you will not be full of life until you decide to live life to its fullest. Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com.
I can't listen to you. When I listen to you, it's a liability, cause you be mentally killing my inner energy. So I'm concealing my feelings before you injure me.